line, boy, it's time to break it down. Grab a mic, kill the stage, yeah, second nature now. Mama said I make a prayer, I told her I made a vow. Just to wait around in the year, I'll put her in a house.
Hey, what's up everybody, this is Nightwing2303 from kicksoncourt.com. Today we have another performance review, and it is on the Foamposite 1. It's a very classic sneaker. Back in 1996 was when it was first created, and this is part 3 of the Nike Air Penny project. So without wasting any more of your time, let's go ahead and get right into it. Traction on the Foamposite 1 is not the best. It's not horrible, but it's just not the best. There is herringbone full length, which is great. The one thing that I do like is that it is very good from a front to back standpoint. So if you're running at a high speed and you just stop all of a sudden, it's pretty much going to cover you that way. My main thing though is that clear soles just don't work too well inside, in my opinion. They attract too much dust. They kind of soak it up and absorb it and all of that stuff, and it's just not a good look. So when I'm trying to curl, cut, cross, whatever it is, you're usually on this section of the shoe here, on this particular shoe, mainly because, I mean, this shoe is like, it's so hard to move in it that it doesn't give you any other choice but to move along the exterior of the traction there when you're going to be making a movement. So that's my only complaint, is that if the shoe would have been a little bit more flexible and featured maybe solid rubber to grip better with a dirtier court, it would have been a great shoe as far as traction is concerned. So the Foamposite 1 has full length zoom. It's actually full length from heel to forefoot, one solid unit, just like an Air Jordan 12, but it is double stacked in the heel. When you first put the shoe on, you don't notice it. The whole shoe feels real stiff and real solid, and it takes a long time for everything to break in, even the cushions. So it's kind of strange because it's not quite what I'm used to with Zoom Air. I'm used to, Zoom Air, you put your foot in and you literally can feel Zoom Air, like a squishiness. So I don't know if it's real slimmed down in this, that it's being a retro or not, but for whatever reason it takes a while for it to become comfortable. Once the break-in process is complete with the midsole and cushion, you definitely can appreciate the type of cushion that these guys use, because a Foamposite is one of the more comfortable sneakers. It just takes a hell of a lot longer to get there than any other shoe I've ever put on my foot. So a lot of people don't give shoes the time of day to break in and all that stuff. I'm one of those people where I do not like that. The reason why I played in this shoe actually is because when I started out playing in this shoe, I couldn't take it. Like, everything was too stiff from the upper all the way to the cushion and all that stuff, and I just couldn't do it. So I had to go and switch to a pair that was already broken in, which was this guy right here. So cushion on its own, it's nice after the break-in period, if you can actually handle it. So the materials on the Foamposite is basically Foamposite, which is pretty obvious. Foamposite starts off as a liquid. It's a polyurethane. They put it in an upside down molded cast, drain it in there, and it creates this shell that you see here. It's almost seamless. There's only stitch points here and then 2 stitch points right here. So that's pretty much the materials, besides like the nubuck and all that stuff. This here to me doesn't really matter. The bulk of the shoe is foam. So I do like the material. Foamposite is extremely durable, doesn't show much wear. I think there was like one scuff. I don't know if it's on this shoe, and I don't care to point it out, but Foamposite looks real good even after playing. The nubuck will actually deteriorate quicker than the foam itself, and the entire upper will basically last you longer than the entire shoe. So the foam shell will outlast any of the stitching. It'll last, like I said, the nubuck. It'll even outlast the glue. So you'd probably crack the carbon fiber before you ever destroyed the upper. This stuff is just, it's boot-like. Like, you're not going to destroy this shoe. You'd have to really try to be able to. So that pretty much takes care of the materials. As far as the fit goes, it all coincides together. Again, this is like the most grueling break-in period I've ever had in a shoe. So grueling, in fact, that I just couldn't take the time to deal with all of that stuff. I mean, this would have taken me like a couple of months to be able to finish playing in this sneaker here had I stayed with the metallic reds, because they just, I mean, it takes forever to break in a Foamposite. Anybody that's ever worn one knows exactly what I'm talking about. So with that being said, once it's all broken in, the forefoot and the midfoot, they actually, you know, lock your foot into place very well. I do like the custom one-to-one fit after that polyurethane shell does start to mold to it. The one downside of this shoe is the heel lockdown sucks. It wasn't even just that the heel like sucked in its overall lockdown, but when you were running it just was real clunky and it felt like you were wearing a big ass clog. So you know, in that sense, that's what kind of made the entire shoe a downer for me personally as a guard. Like, I just wasn't able to maneuver and all that stuff. But you know, like I said, the fit from the forefoot to about the midfoot is great. This area is not working at all. Your heel doesn't stay put in there whatsoever. Runner's loop doesn't matter. You're not doing anything to save your foot from flopping around inside the back of this shoe. And it makes the shoe overall feel a lot heavier than what it actually is as well, when it is, you know, flopping or whatever. So but yeah, that's pretty much it as far as the initial fit goes. Like, as far as maneuverability and things like that, this shoe is not the best. Once it's all broken in, you can flex it and all that stuff, but you're definitely not going to be able to do your medial and lateral movements that you're used to, curling, getting down real low, and all that stuff. This shoe just doesn't allow you to do that, mostly because of its construction. It does have a double last midsole, which means that the midsole is internal, so which you could visually see that. I think it would have been a lot better had the Foamposite shell sit like on top of a midsole. So there is a pair of Foamposite Hyperfuse 360 bottoms. I don't remember what they're called. I think they're called like the Hyperposite 360s or something like that. Those have a midsole and an outsole that's completely separate from the Foamposite shell upper. So those would probably perform a lot better than something like this. So that's where, you know, modern technology and creativity and design further the sneaker's performance than what it originally was back in, say, 1996. Ventilation's pretty simple. There's not much of any. All you're getting is from the tongue here, and that's exactly what you need, believe it or not. You cannot have too much ventilation in a Foamposite, otherwise this material is not going to move ever. Again, it takes forever to break in, so the way that it does that is with your heat and with your moisture. So the more heat and moisture you have in this, the better off you actually are. If you're affected by a lot of moisture and things like that, for whatever reason, you're real sensitive or something, then you're not going to like this shoe, or any Foamposite for that matter. If you're not sensitive to moisture, you know, and you like to have a real contained fit, this is going to do that for you, because with all that heat and moisture, usually your foot will slide around inside the shoe, but not with this guy here. This material will retain its shape no matter what. So this is a very good shoe for that. But that's pretty much what the ventilation is. It pretty much sucks, but it's necessary. So no matter what score that the ventilation gets, probably get like a 1 or a 2. You can't really hold that against the shoe, even though it's going to bring the overall score down a bit. It's just not a big deal, in my opinion. As far as support is concerned, the shoe is pretty damn supportive. I mean, you have full-length carbon fiber. It even wraps up along the side and a little bit underneath the arch right here. So you have plenty of support there. The midsole is internal, double last, so that means that the upper is keeping your foot into that midsole right there, so nothing's moving as far as your foot goes inside the shoe. If you've ever noticed, if you wear a shoe with a double last midsole, that your foot really doesn't move anywhere while it's in there, it's because it's a lot of support and security. The upper is keeping everything close together, so it's supposed to give you like that one-to-one fit. The downside of that is that flexibility ends up suffering, so it doesn't give you a one-to-one feeling, it just gives you one-to-one fit. And then the rest of the support is coming from the material. So, and the material is hard as rocks. You know, I mean, Foamposite's durable, we all know that, and it's pretty obvious. So if you need all that kind of stuff in a shoe, this is going to be the shoe for you. This is definitely a bigger kind of guard shoe, or a forward, or whatever it is. For someone like me that's real small, plays low to the ground, needs a lot of quickness and maneuverability and all that stuff, this is not for me whatsoever. Penny was a huge guard, like Magic size, LeBron size, stuff like that, and I'm like half his size. So this is definitely not a shoe for someone like me. But if you are a big guy and you like Foamposites, then this is going to be a shoe for you. I personally play against quite a few people that play in these sneakers, not this colorway, but Foamposites, and they absolutely swear by them. They love them, all that stuff. I think they're crazy, but they love the shoe, which is great. I can't get down with it. Alright guys, so that takes care of the performance review on the Nike Air Foamposite. This is, like I said earlier, not a shoe for me, being my size and my weight, but if you're a big guy and all that stuff, then you probably would like this. And when I say big guy, I mean big stature, not, you know, so, or tall and all that stuff. But basically, this is going to be a very targeted shoe. Again, I play with people that love this shoe and swear by it, and it's a great shoe. It looks good and all that stuff, and it's comfortable, but I can't play in it, so I feel like I'm wearing bricks on my feet. So you know, but everybody's different, and they all have their own personal preferences. This review is going to be kind of chopped down. If you want more information, again, you can just always go to my website, kicksoncourt.com. I say that all the time. Nobody seems to listen. And all of the additional information, tons of detail, and all that stuff, including the scores, are in that performance review on the site. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else to say other than I can't wait to play in the Air Penny 3 compared to this guy right here. So, thank you guys for all your support. Thanks for watching. And until next time, guys, have a good one.
Looking up to me, I'm really kinda new to this. Yeah, they looking up to me, I'm really kinda new to this. I got their hands to the ceiling. Boy, it's indescribable.